Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in this series between Yumiko and ZhouXiXi. So far, maybe a little bit of lag was introduced a little bit, but hopefully not much will be coming in the way in this particular game, as we are on Nomad Isle. There is 3 spawning locations, so it looks as though yes, this militia is going to be scouting in what I believe to be the... Well, no, it's just going to head straight up the middle. And very curious as to where this militia is going to be traveling to. Very long walking distances between these bases, and it would actually help if I turned off Fog of War or actually saw what my opponent was doing. Alright, this peasant now making its way off over here. It is going to be able to set up perhaps a scout farm off in this direction. Meanwhile, we are going into an Ancient of War. There is a Moonwell there. And what is going to be trained up next? All right, in comes this one poor militia. Where is he going to travel to? Is he going to spot the Moonwells? Yes, he will. And now he is going to build perhaps a scout farm right here. Meanwhile, we can see that there is an Altar of Kings just now being constructed. So it looks like it is going to be an Archmage. Archmage being placed down. Meanwhile, it looks as though the Altar of Elders will be placed down here in just a second. There's that Altar of Elders. And another Moonwell. Very curious building placement as well. These Moonwells are very far forward, and with the way that they are situated, it's going to be very difficult to try and do any hard walling even with Ancients of War that can uproot themselves. Down over here, Ancient of War is training up an archer. Another archer may be added as well. It looks as though the Archmage is going to be popping out here any second now, and once this game does get going, this is going to be a real big head scratcher. So far, you can see that ZhouXiXi has no idea where his opponent currently is. This peasant now trying to get away. The Ancient of War, just watch there as the archer just getting in shots. And the Wisp is going to come across here, look for his opponent, and then realize that his opponent has not spawned over here on the top right. All right, Footman now going to be joining in here. Archers are going to be coming together. You can see a Wisp is hiding over here by the tavern. We're waiting for that tavern, or we're waiting for the Altar of Elders to be done, and now it is, and it is going to be a Panda as the first hero. ZhouXiXi getting a Panda as the primary hero. That means Breath of Fire could in fact be very strong. Alright, meanwhile, Archmage comes across to the far side here, going after this giant sea turtle creep camp, and I believe there's a giant crab that was also a level 5 creep camp. And I believe that the hatchlings are just going to fall here, and we are going to see a quick tech to tier, or a quick leveling to level 2 here, as the Archmage is just going to get that experience now, going to perhaps grab Brilliance Aura, as the Archmage now running off to the north here. Alright, peasants, or archers now coming in here. Footman now coming down. Yumiko did pick up one of the troll shadow priests, and that was a huge loss there, as we are now seeing that the units are now just trying to back off. Okay, continuing again, trying to get some damage onto some of these units here, as the Archmage drops a water elemental, Ring of Regeneration, and now this low hit point Footman does need to back off. All right, the Panda now trying to get off some shots here. Oh, what was that? A detonation, as we are looking at the Panda getting in some easy shots there. It looks as though the Footman down to 66 hit points. Is it going to get taken down here? Yes, it does. And ZhouXiXi does not get the experience, as we're looking at 2 Footmen, a low hit point water elemental, and 2 forest troll shadow priests coming in. Alright, the Ancient of War going to be taking a lot of damage, even though it is fortified armor right now. It is not being repaired. Wisp now making its way over, but it may be too little too late. Yes, the Wisp not even bothering. As you can see, this giant sea turtle trying to... Oh, ZhouXiXi actually losing one of his own units. This is actually a bad position for it. ZhouXiXi is in a bit of trouble, as we now see that the Archmage is coming off to the north here. Archmage sitting at level 2. Are we going to see perhaps one of the units come back away? It looks as though, yes, ZhouXiXi is going to end up losing one of his own mercenaries before it's able to even pop back out of there. And what a sad day this is going to be, as all of a sudden the units are all just in trouble. ZhouXiXi in a world of hurt right now. Another water elemental could be coming in. The Ancient of War has already been destroyed. That means no more units to be trained, as the Archmage could turn back, drop a water elemental, and try to take down the Ancient of War. I'm surprised that that's not what we're seeing, as the sheep almost comes in as well. All right, this Troll Shadow Priest now getting a little bit of love by the Troll Berserker, making sure to get path, as the Panda now sitting at only a couple experience shy of level 2, still chasing after a couple of units. All right, Troll Shadow Priest was picked up by ZhouXiXi with a wisp on the far side of the map here. Meanwhile, we can see more units are now coming back over here. The Panda does sit at level 1 now. And as the Ring of Regeneration on that Archmage, the Archmage doesn't even have that much hit points to regenerate as the Ancient of War is now constructed. Units could be added here. Panda still 20 experience shy away from level 2 as he is in a little bit of trouble. We may see a Breath of Fire here, and there's the Breath of Fire. Even though you didn't see the animation, the hit points did drop. The Troll Shadow Priests are going after that Panda, and what's interesting about this is that even the Troll Berserker here is having a little bit of a problem. The Panda now is going to be getting up to level 2 here in just a second. Is it going to try to wake up the creeps? And it looks like it is almost going to wake up the creeps here, and you can see that it's actually attacking back. There's the Breath of Fire, gets the kill, as the Archmage now still getting in some free shots onto that Panda. That Panda, however, sitting at level 2 with Boots of Speed, moving across the map very, very quickly. Archmage now coming back off to the north as well. What are we going to be seeing next? Panda now coming together. It's going to get healed back up. You can see Moonwell's down off over here. Huntress is now being added as there are 3 Troll Shadow Priests. That is a lot of piercing damage as the Water Elemental should perhaps be turning around and getting some damage. Here's some Naga Sea Witch joining in on the fight. There's a Cold Arrow and a huge another Breath of Fire coming across the units there. All right, there is some defend, but the Fen does not stop the attacks coming in from the Huntresses. You can see that everything is currently shadow melded, and without, I repeat, without Dust of Appearance, this is just a rather difficult fight to try and engage in. However, with Brilliance Aura and the Troll Shadow Priest healing back up, this is going to be a rather difficult army to stop. So far, you can see that the units are now making their way off to the north again. You can see an Ancient of War is currently uprooted, and the Moonwell may get pressured here. Archmage now coming in. There's a second Water Elemental. It looks as though the Ancient of War is taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, off to the north here, the Panda is trying to engage. There's a Goblin Shredder who is also taking a lot of damage as well. There's going to be some repairing onto the Shredder. The Shredder down. And wow, for the second time, ZhouXiXi hires up a mercenary only to get the unit lost to creeps. All right, Gargantuan Sea Turtle has now fallen. Level 3 now on the Panda. Level 2 on the Archmage. Almost level 3 as the Cold Arrows does slow it down just a little bit more. However, the Panda is able to dodge a bit of a bullet. So far, we can see that there is a wisp back over here. It looks as though, a huge Breath of Fire almost taking down all the units there. As now we are looking at the archers trying to run back. It looks as though, I believe that archer dodged a bit of a bullet there. Yes, it was able to, as that archer sitting at level 2, Panda sitting at level 3 now needs to use up all of those Moonwells to heal back up pretty convincingly. Very low hit points still as the Archmage is still leading in the charge. All right, there is the attack now. The archer now trying to get back here. You can see that the damage is being added up here. Water Elemental sitting at level 2 is going to be able to get off a lot of damage here. Meanwhile, the Archmage is really pressuring forward as it looks as though another Huntress will get taken down. All right, Archmage with now that Ring of Regeneration really benefiting there. You can see the attacks are coming in. More units are coming down as well. The Panda, after a Breath of Fire was shot or used, it looks as though the Panda now backing away down to 82 hit points, able to get back once more. Water Elemental low on hit points. More experience could be given, but a new Water Elemental being added as well. And we finally see that Scout Farm being taken down. Really, the Water Elemental strategy of Yumiko very much catching ZhouXiXi off guard, and now even adding in Rifleman for more piercing damage. Breath of Fire coming in from that Panda. It looked as though the Panda did get off a Breath of Fire. Not quite sure what units it did hit, though, as a Priest may get taken down. Gets picked up by the Goblin Zeppelin. Nicely done as the Troll Shadow Priest taking a lot of damage. Another Breath of Fire coming in as well. Archmage now low on hit points. Ring of Regeneration on Anaconda, the Naga Sea Witch there, as we can still see more damage being had. All right, let's take a look at this. Naga Sea Witch very low. Breath of Fire. One Troll Shadow Priest does not make it back out of there. ZhouXiXi loses a handful of units as the Panda now very, very close to level 4. Scroll of Regeneration, Dizziness. After getting shot down from the sky, this is a huge, huge difference now. The Footmen are still moving very, very slowly. Same with the Naga Sea Witch, but we are having Militia join in on this next push. All right, Naga Sea Witch does have that Ring of Regeneration. It is regenerating hit points very quickly in addition to the Scroll of Regeneration. You can see it back up to almost 400 hit points already, as the archers, troll berserkers, and dryads are hoping to fend off this next attack. All right, there's a little bit of attack there. That Panda now trying to back away, as it looks as though this is going to be a very bad engagement. Riflemen are all right there. That Panda now backs off again, as the Militia now being brought forward. That is a lot of Militia. Water Elemental now being added as well. It looks as though the Abolish Magic on the dryads have not yet been completed. Ancient of Wonders going to get taken down, as an Ancient of Lore just gets constructed in time only to be destroyed. Oh, mass Water Elemental disenchant or detonation coming in, as there you have it. The one Ancient of Lore has been taken down. All right, Footmen do have Defend at this point. Gonna really help out here to try to defend some of those attacks back. Naga Sea Witch dropping in some of those ivory towers, as the Ancient of War taking a lot of damage. And wow, that Footman was able to reflect a handful of attacks back. There's a Breath of Fire dealing more damage again, as the peasants are now pushing through. All right, this Panda having a very, very bad day. Archmage is there. There's a Fork Lightning. There's the GG, as ZhouXiXi takes or loses game 2, evening up the series at 1 game apiece. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.